I did an MBA here a few years ago, and I love coming back to talk to the students about life out there in the real world, but also help them with entrepreneurial skills and the importance of it, and just generally come and help mentor and coach them. I actually studied medical biochemistry at university, and as I went through the degree I enjoyed many aspects of it, but I knew at the end of that wasn't the world that I wanted to get into. But it's really difficult to then make the leap into something different, and I had some great career counselling from some of the people at university, and it helped me to take a massive leap into converting to law. I've had quite a few different roles, but where I started was actually being a lawyer for a local regional law firm called Walker Morris in Leeds, and I really enjoyed that. I was doing banking law, which was a bit different, and I was really delighted to be asked to come and work for one of the banks. And I got to quite a good position in the bank and decided to go and do an MBA. And it was a fantastic opportunity for me to really work out what I wanted to do in terms of a career. And I realised from doing that MBA that actually I really loved the corporate environment I was working in, but what I really wanted to do was to do more of working for a purpose-led organisation. And I went to work for Entrepreneurial Spark, which is a social enterprise looking after amazing, determined entrepreneurs. So I got the opportunity to almost continue my development. It made me brave to want to be an entrepreneur, and after a few years of doing that and loving it, I finally made the leap myself to become an entrepreneur, and I'm now Chief Operating Officer and owner in a business called Wizoo Workspace, which is a flexible workspace provider. So with Leeds University Leaders in Residence, some of the things that we get asked to do is to be on a panel, so students get the chance to ask you questions about how you would approach things and things that they're concerned about actually, and how they play out in the real working environment. I have attended conferences where I've spoken about entrepreneurship and how corporates are actually trying to be more entrepreneurial in their thinking, and how focusing on that might help with your employability. What I really love to talk about is really female empowerment, and for International Women's Day I was invited to speak on a panel which was called She Leads. And it was really to give some insights into how I dealt with certain situations and why diversity and inclusion is important to me. And then I've also actually spoken to students at the business school as well, so talking to them around why the MBA worked for me and what it helped me analyse and do, and how I've used it since then and how it's grown my networks. Whilst I was actually doing the MBA, I was invited to come and talk to the law students about where my law degree helped me to end up, and that wasn't necessarily in law. I've really enjoyed just basically paying it forward and helping other people. So what I can give them is actually a feel for some of the experiences I've had and how I've approached things, and also in terms of my career journey, what's helped to build my confidence. Life is not easy at the moment, and it's tough in terms of the job market, and you have to stand out, hoping that I get them to think about what is going to help them to stand out too. It makes me feel good to help other people. It makes you listen, and listening for me is a massively important skill that's underrated. And so yes, volunteering for me has helped me develop as a person as well. I meet some amazing students, and in fact one of them I met when we knew that we needed some additional intern support at Wizoo, who came and helped us with some business development research, but I also got them involved with every aspect of the business, and they got to see all of our workspaces in Leeds. I would have absolutely loved at university to be challenged a little bit more around my future. I would have loved for someone to sit down and listen to me about what I really wanted and what made me tick. If I'd had someone, I guess like myself, who would have asked a few more questions and sat down and spent some time just talking through what is it that you really want, what's your vision for the future, and even if you don't know what your exact vision is, what are the things you love to do, and really help them develop a career path for them. So I want to be that person. I'd love to help other students find their way to making themselves happy.